Welcome back to From Vinyl to Streaming, Tunes Through Time with Abby and Judy. I'm Abby.
And I'm Judy. And today we have...
TIMO.
Yay!
Yay! We got our special guest today.
We do have our special guest. We teased last week that we had a special guest, and here he is.
Here he is, the one and only TIMO.
The one and only TIMO. You've heard about him many, many times on the podcast, and here he is.
I'm so happy to have you here today.
And do you want
to
to explain our relationship
Yes.
at all?
Yes. So TIMO's my husband.
And my father.
Yes.
Aww.
So, and these are my two of my favorite podcasters.
Aww.
I've been a fan since the opening
Day
days,
one.
Day
even
one.
including the 801 Diaries.
Yeah.
Yes. So
He's an OG.
So,
he is an OG.
Yeah.
We're really...
So I'm excited to be here.
We're very
really
excited to have
to
him.
have
Happy to have
you.
you.
We've never had a guest. Well, we had Emily as a guest.
Yeah,
Yes.
you had Emily.
Yeah.
But we've never had you as a guest, and we're very excited.
We are very, very excited.
So today, well, Abby, anything new going on with you?
Nope. Pretty similar stuff. How about you, Judy?
You know, pretty similar stuff too.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're getting ready to, maybe go on a cruise, but other than that, we're having fun.
Maybe going
I
on a cruise.
know.
No, we are.
Yeah,
We
I
are
think
going on a
we
cruise.
probably got to have that settled
Well,
down.
and let's specify, you two are going on a cruise.
Right.
I wasn't invited, but that's okay.
It's all right.
I'm excited for you guys.
Good. I'm
Well,
glad.
you're a working woman, so
I'm a
you
working
can't
woman.
take time off
It's
like
true.
Like
us old folks.
That's so true. That is so
So,
true.
yeah. So, do you have anything musical today?
Nope, not today. Well, Selena Gomez got married.
I know. I
Two-
got duped.
She
Duped
got-
again.
She got duped that Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, and Ariana Grande were her bridesmaids.
Could have swore it was right.
Yeah, no, that wasn't real. But she married Benny Blanco, who's a music producer. So very musical family over there.
It's gonna be
Very happy
good.
for them.
I think they're very happy.
I was really excited.
I know you
was
were.
Really,
I know
happy
you've been
for
waiting
him.
for this
Yeah.
day.
You have been waiting for
Well,
this
her
day.
and Justin, I was kind of hoping they would,
I kind of heard he did.
But
He was kind of sad, but I don't know if he really was because he's,
Well, he's
happily
married, isn't he?
and
He's
has a
married
baby.
with the baby.
yeah.
He's-
so-
I think he's moved on.
busy.
I
So
think
he's
they all
moved
moved
on.
on. I think
Yeah.
they've all moved on.
I hope so.
I hope so. About the rumors that I
Yeah.
keep reading
Yeah.
are as lying as everything else on the internet.
Yeah, you keep getting
That's
duped.
true.
I keep getting duped, but it's all right.
Any music news from you?
Nope, no music news at all. It's been kind of a slow week,
Slowly. Yeah.
slow musical week.
Yeah.
So
What
Jonas
about-
Brothers are coming back to you.
They're coming back to Utah. How can we not talk about this? They announced like 10 more shows,
Yeah,
and they're coming back to Utah, but they're going to the Maverick Center,
which is smaller.
which is smaller, which makes sense, but should be a lot of fun.
I can't wait. I hope
I
we
don't
get
know.
tickets.
We
I'm
might
gonna
try and get tickets this
I'm
time.
gonna try
I know.
Tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow tickets?
tomorrow. What
Yeah.
time?
10 a.m.
Yeah,
Oh,
today.
okay.
I got flamed at work for not going to their last concert because how can the Jonas Brothers come to Utah and I not go?
I know.
So I think
we have.
we need a redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Hey,
about?
one of my first concerts with with the family was a
Was
Joe
Joe's
Bro
first.
concert.
Yeah.
It was.
Yep.
I was down in Vegas and we saw them. We saw Demi Lovato.
Yeah, it's when
Yes.
Demi opened for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we saw, what's her name? Or no, was it just Jonas Brothers?
It was just the Jonas Brothers. We did see the Jonas Brothers and Miley Cyrus.
Okay, that's
But
right.
did you go to that concert?
I went to that. That
Okay,
was
you
when
went to
my
the other
roommate
one.
I went
was
to the
with us.
other minor
Yeah.
concert with you and
Yeah.
Emily. Right?
Yeah.
The one where Metro Station opened.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 So yeah, he's been to some good concerts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He knows the Jonas Brothers.
Yes,
The
very
Joe
well.
Bros, yeah.
Yep.
Love Bug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we better get Kevin singing because
Yes, that's
that
my
would be
dream.
the highlight.
Mm-hmm. He's just such a cutie.
He's so sweet.
He's so sweet. I'm so happy for him.
I am too. It's about
Yeah,
time.
it is about time. And they've started filming Camp Rock 2, which
Yes.
the Jonas Brothers are in, and Demi Lovato is officially an executive producer. We don't know if she's going to be in it, but she is involved, which we were
I think she'll be
wondering about.
I think she'll
She
be in it.
has to make at least a cameo.
So this
she
is
was
like
Camp Rock.
this is like Camp Rock 7 or
Camp Rock 3.
3. Okay.
I'm so excited.
How many years later?
At least 10. Not at least 15 probably.
Yeah, I could tell you what happened on the first one. The day of, we were at a baseball game. One of the boys. And we were so excited because in a few hours, Camp Rock was going to be on, and everybody was all excited, and we watched premiere.
Yeah.
Still remember that.
It was a good day.
It
Camp
was a
Rock.
good day. It was a good day.
The first Camp Rock is a really, really great movie.
Yeah.
It is a great movie.
I don't remember any of it though.
You don't remember This Is Me?
No.
Oh, the Disney knees?
Nope. Sorry.
I've seen it,
I just
but
remember the
I
name.
can't tell you what the story
It's
is.
been since 2006.
Yeah.
It's been a
One of our
while.
family movie nights.
Such a good movie. Such a good movie.
Yes.
Well, any music news from you, Dad?
I was on a podcast this week.
Yes, the best
The best.
podcast.
No, I'm just, I'll have more music news after today, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
so.
that's probably true.
Well, since he was our guest, we thought he should be able to give us a music review.
Yes, our song review.
Our song review, and it was, you can tell him.
Oh, the song I gave you to review?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was Fly Me to the Moon, sang by Frank Sinatra.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only did we need to listen to it, we needed to watch the
Yes.
specific video.
This,
Yeah,
it was this live version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
it was
live
a live
version.
version back in
him.
the 50s
Yeah. Yeah.
of him singing that song.
Yeah.
So this is not a new song, obviously. Pretty old. I've heard it many times.
Many times.
I've heard him sing it many times.
Mhm.
But let me tell you, there's no one like Frank Sinatra.
He is so good.
He's so
And
good.
he's such a natural on stage too. Like, it was so fun to see because, I mean, I'm sure at this point in his career he'd sang this song hundreds of times.
Yeah.
But so he could change words here and there,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
just came out so natural.
Yeah, and I loved watching him dance because it wasn't like major dance. It was like the way I would dance, like
Little
little.
shuffles.
And then he would do the snaps,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just so. And he even did one of these.
Oh yeah, a shoulder shrug.
Yeah, it was like really cool.
Yeah.
He's so
Like
good.
he was just so. He just took over the stage.
Yeah.
Like he had big presence. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And it was so effortless too, like his
Yeah.
singing and everything. It was so good.
So we'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10.
So
no,
good.
it's Frank Sinatra. He's the very best of
Yeah.
the best. So
Well, I'm glad you guys saw the video because the video was important in kind of describing the type of music he sings and his personality and so forth. But yeah, because the video is a key part of it. He's recorded that song, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 different times on
Yeah.
different albums. But the other thing that was interesting is if you listen to his studio recordings of that song and compare it to the singing of his of this live thing, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
is it?
It
Yeah.
is exactly the same. His
Yeah.
voice control, everything is just amazing,
Yeah.
He's so good.
and the quality is just it's really amazing.
Yeah. Which I think is cool because nowadays you don't really expect that as much just because there's so much auto tune, there's so much production
Yeah,
that
there's
goes
a lot
into
of
music.
production.
Yeah.
Where back then there wasn't. So
Yeah,
it was just their talent.
Yeah, that was one of the things. Like, he had an orchestra behind him on
Mhm.
this, but it was just him.
Yeah.
And he didn't need backup dancers. He didn't need all the production, and it was flawless
Yeah, and it was still very entertaining.
Yeah.
and very
Yeah.
entertaining. Yeah,
Like you could tell he was having a good time.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Which
he
is
really
important.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Great
well, good. I'm
song.
glad you enjoyed
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
so go and watch it on YouTube. What was it called again?
It's Fly Me to the Moon, and
Frank
there's a
Sinatra.
bunch of those choices, but
Yeah.
this one is a black and white version of him singing live.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So
So he was really fun.
Yeah.
So let's get in why we have our
Yes.
special guest today.
So to start, we want him to kind of introduce himself a little bit and then talk about your music journey.
yeah,
my music journey.
Yes.
Okay.
do you have a music
Yes.
journey?
Um,
You're very musical.
How you
Yeah.
interacted with music over your life.
yeah, music. I've always enjoyed music. I mean, even as a young child, I remember singing songs with my dad at the piano, and we'd sing songs together. And music's been an important part of my upbringing and kind of making, kind of molding who I am in a lot of ways. But I may have a different perspective on music versus as I've gotten older versus what I thought music was when I was younger, because as you're going through kind of what your real stages of music are in your junior high, your kid, junior high, high school ages, and then it seems like you kind of get locked into that type of music that you listen to at those ages, and then you kind of stay with that. And I mean, I'm still listening to a lot of 80s music and a lot of different songs that are connected to those experiences. But what I've found is music has really changed for me as I've gotten older, where my appreciation for different styles, different genres, different types of music has really changed. And so I like all different kinds of music. I mean, there's not much that I won't listen to. I don't listen to foul language rap music. I mean, that's pretty obnoxious, but because that's not, to me, music.
No, that's
But
not music.
yeah, music, you need melody, you need harmony, you need a rhythm.
You need talent.
And yeah, you need talent. You need, for songs, you need a story, or you need words or something that moves you, because music should be an emotional experience, an emotional connection to the song. So, but I've found that different types of music can be appreciated, including country, but different types of music can be appreciated for the emotion that it evokes out of you, and for the quality and the talent that people have in music. So my musical journey has just expanded as I've gotten older, and I wouldn't be surprised if you, Abby, as you get older, you'll start having music connect with you in different ways than what it does. It'll be more than Taylor Swift and Benson Boone and and Noah Kahan, and I mean, they're all good artists and good musicians, but the experience of music will change. So I mean, I like everything. I like I like classical music. I'm not a big aficionado. I do like listening to certain classical songs, but don't really know a whole lot of different orchestras and composers and stuff. I like symphonic music. I like jazz music, not real hardcore jazz, but more swinging jazz type music that Frank Sinatra sings. I like tabernacle choir music is real. Get a good connection with that type of music. Of course, all the pop music. I mean, even current pop today is it's good music. There's a lot of good music being produced today, and but it's all interesting for different reasons.
You know what you do like that I think would surprise people? Spanish guitar music.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
really
Spanish
like that.
guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, of maybe anyone I know, you might have the most vast knowledge of different kinds of music.
I would agree.
Like, I'll pull something I think is really niche and really
Obscure,
and you know it.
I know.
I think it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, so
Well, you can get to the point where you appreciate the artistry, and you appreciate what it is, what emotions it evokes out of you. So Spanish guitar music is cool. I mean, I played the guitar. I started playing when I was about 12, and really enjoyed that, and played a lot of songs. So guitar music is part of that. But yeah, I mean, even bossa nova music is fun, and different, really different genres. Or someday you'll have to get Gregorian chant music out.
yeah.
Listen to Gregorian chant music, 'cause that's kind of fun.
That stuff
That
is
is
kind of
fun.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Or
just
even
cool.
that hillbilly
Yeah, and bluegrass.
bluegrass.
I mean,
Used
it's
to listen to that quite a bit.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
remember.
yeah. There's a
There's
lot
some
of.
good ones out there.
The other thing that's interesting is the more you learn about the music, you kind of learn how music evolved and how it morphs, and how certain genres influenced others, and it's really you can start seeing that with different types of music. So it's kind of fun. But
Yeah.
so I love music. I listen to it a lot, and enjoy the different types that are out there. I don't really stay limited to any particular genre.
Yeah.
But
That's true. So that brings us to why you're here today.
okay.
Yes.
And if you didn't know by our review song, TIMO is a big crooner fan.
Yes.
He loves the crooners,
Mm-hmm.
and he's taught us a lot about crooners.
Yes.
I don't think I really ever, I mean, I've heard of them all, but I never really listened to them until TIMO came along. So he's going to teach us a lot about crooners. So we're going to ask you some questions
Okay.
first, and then you can kind of teach us as we go.
Well, I'd be
Yeah.
interested in, first of all,
you want to do the questions?
Sure.
just hearing like when you hear crooner, what do you think of?
That brings us to our first question. What makes an artist a crooner?
Okay.
What makes an artist
I
a
want to
crooner?
hear your opinion.
Yeah. When do you think you were first exposed to crooner type music?
I don't know.
I think I know the answer.
Some of my earliest music memories are driving home from St. George listening to Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
Like I feel like you introduced that. It was Frank Sinatra and Def Leppard and Journey from
Yeah.
you.
And
Like I
John
feel
Denver.
like, and John Denver, yeah. But I feel like Frank Sinatra was always playing in our house.
That's interesting because I actually didn't get into Frank Sinatra music till probably my late 30s.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up listening to Frank Sinatra, but it wasn't until late 30s or early 40s that I started listening to. I always enjoyed the crooner music. I always enjoyed 60s nightclub music,
Yeah.
which, you know, a lot of crooners were in that mix. But, you know, for you, I think a lot of your exposure to a lot of the classic crooners was Christmas music.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
Because for some reason that time period from the 50s to the 70s, that there was a lot of Christmas classics that were created during that time period, and we always would listen to the kind of the Christmas classics. But you know, you think about crooners, it's not a genre. It's not a genre of music. It's a style of singing and a style of presenting music, and it didn't come out until 1920s, 1930s, because prior to microphones, you had to, and if you had a concert that you went to listen to a singer, they had to sing loud. I mean, they were sitting in an auditorium singing as loud as they possibly could. And so you had opera and other types of loud singing. But it wasn't until the microphone came up where you could actually have an artist get up to the microphone and then sing softly, and you start to hear all the intonations in their voices. They can sing, you know, their crooning is generally more romantic ballads type songs. But that crooner style really didn't start until microphones became more applicable, and that's why, you know, some of the real early crooners is Bing Crosby, and that's in the 30s.
Yeah.
Vic Damone and other, I think it was Vic Damone, but other types of guys back then that were crooners, and that's where Frank Sinatra, he got a lot of his inspiration from some of those early crooners. I don't even know if they called them crooners back then. I don't know what they were called, but so
they were
it's
kind of big band, maybe a little bit.
well, and that's where you start talking about the genre of music that they sing. It really ties around swing music. That's where Frank Sinatra got his start. He actually started bands early when he was in his 20s. He was in a swing band.
Oh, yeah.
And so the swing type music, but you have jazz, which is a big part of crooners repertoire.
For sure. Yeah.
And then, but it's also Frank and a lot of the more current crooners were pop artists. You know, you think of pop and you think of, I don't know, Britney Spears and Taylor Swift and that type of pop, but pop means popular music, and pop back then was kind of the more cutting edge sounds and music and all of that. So the crooner is kind of more of a style of singing, which is a jazz swing type of a song, romantic ballads, soft spoken, really good voices, you know, not no auto tune or anything like that, but really good, you know, intonation, stories behind the songs. I mean, that's what to me I like about crooners.
I think crooners kind of remind me of like swooning a woman, you like trying to be romantic and trying to draw her in, kind of a thing.
Like a Cary Grant movie, or like that kind of
just
vibe.
real classic, just real, you know.
When I think if I were to try and define crooners, it would be like big band mixed with pop.
Yeah, and big band is a big part of you know, jazz,
or
big
jazz,
band, swing.
Swing,
those are big band definitely.
Because it seemed like they did have a band a lot of times behind them.
Yeah, well, if you listen to the early, and we talk about Frank because he's the
king,
penultimate king of crooning.
Yeah.
But if you go back to his early songs, they were big bands, and they were backed up by the big band. And then you go into the swing, and then as he got older, he would sing songs like "Fly Me to the Moon," which is not a big band song; it's more symphonic, but it's more of a pop type of a vibe to it. And you know, and then you get to a lot of his other more current songs that he saying it was a lot different than what he was before at the beginning. So crooners is a style, but the genre kind of fluctuates as they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next question, Abby?
Okay. So we kind of talked about, let's see. Who would you say are the most influential crooners? And like what sets them apart from each other?
That's a good question.
You know, the early ones, like I was saying, Bing Crosby was definitely a crooner back
Great
then.
Christmas music.
Yeah, great Christmas music. But he sang, I mean, he was also singing is where he started, but then he went into movies just like Frank Sinatra did too. He goes into different types
It
of
seems
movies.
like a lot of these crooners do go into movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
even nowadays, but
yeah.
But so I would say, you know, the Bing Crosby back in that era, but the crooners we think of today are a lot. The bigger names are, of course, Frank Sinatra. You've got Tony Bennett. You've got Andy Williams. You've got people that were kind of in that genre. I don't know if I'd put Tom Jones in that. He's a lot more
he was a little
hip,
more
but I mean, still
How about like
kind
Nat
of a
King
crooner.
Cole?
Yeah, absolutely, Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
In there, a lot of those guys are kind of the classical crooners. Perry Como.
Yeah.
I mean, all of those guys are the ones who, and that's why when I think of 60s nightclub music, I can see them singing in a nightclub with a cigarette while they're, you know, singing, leaning against the
like
piano
Dean
or
Martin.
something like that. Oh yeah, absolutely. Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. I mean,
yeah.
all of those people. I don't think anybody's been more influential than Frank Sinatra.
Probably not. Yeah.
I mean, he was like the Michael Jackson or the Taylor Swift of the time.
Yeah.
And still, I mean, his songs are going back, you know, close to 100 years. I mean, he was born in 1910 or 14 or something like that.
Holy cow.
That's crazy.
And
That's
I mean, you're talking
right,
100 years
right.
ago. He started his band in the mid 30s.
Wow.
So we're not
That's
far.
crazy.
And his songs are still listened to. They're still admired.
Still beloved.
And they still influence a lot of artists today.
Yeah.
for his
Well,
music.
and I mean, I think all of them, of course, are very popular. But I mean, we were in Finland once in this steakhouse, and there was a Frank Sinatra documentary on.
Yeah,
the
like,
TV.
they were having him
like
sing and
like
stuff.
he's one that's not just here in America, but worldwide.
Yeah, he's very
as-
worldwide.
As the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is cool.
So I think those artists are the ones I think of. I mean, I think of people like Barry Manilow, for example. He actually did a crooner album.
Yeah.
And he, to me, he doesn't fit the crooner vibe because he's so pop focused.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know, you can still sing crooner music. I mean, today Michael Bublé is probably the closest crooner that we have. Harry Connick Jr. is one of them. You know, those are kind of but you know, they're singing the old songs.
They are.
They
When they
are
come, they're
singing
not coming out with a new "Fly Me to Mars" kind of a song.
Fly
It's
Me to Mars.
they're singing the classics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That was made famous mainly by
by Frank
Frank
and,
Sinatra.
yeah,
I can't remember
those
the
other
other
ones. Yeah, the earlier
the early ones. Yeah.
crooners.
Okay, this is one question I have written down, but our conversation has sparked it. People like Andy Williams, or there was another one who you said, and maybe I just haven't listened to enough of his music, I think of him as country music.
Oh
Andy
no.
Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No.
need to listen to more. I mean, one of the most classic crooning songs was his "Moon River,"
Yeah.
and
You would like
yeah, I mean they're all classic songs. But yeah, I mean they may have sang country, and quite frankly, there's a lot of influence of the crooner style with country. It affected a lot of country artists,
Yeah.
but yeah, Andy Williams for sure, Perry Como.
That's the other one I
Yeah,
was
those
thinking of.
those guys are not country singers. They're crooners that would sing, you know, jazz, swing, big band, those types of music. And there's also female crooners. They don't get as much attention, but we saw the Diana Krall concert. She's an excellent singer.
She is.
Not so great in concert,
Not so great in concert.
but you know, she has a beautiful voice and has, you know, you compare her to like Karen Carpenter or Whitney Houston, those other really wonderful voices, Celine Dion. Diana Krall has a much more jazzy, croonerish
Mhm.
type
She is, yeah.
vibe to her than
Yeah.
that. So
Would you consider not all of Desi Arnaz's music, but some of it crooner?
yeah, he was in that same you know, he was known for his band
Yeah.
and known for the, you know, kind of the Puerto Rican or Cuban music.
Cuban music, but it seemed like sometimes he would slow it down.
But yeah, he
And
would
croon,
he
yeah.
would sing that type in that
And
style.
croon.
So he would croon.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to just understand what the word crooner, how that came about. But
Yeah, I
I don't know.
wonder.
Yeah, I wonder how that did come about.
But
Okay, so if you had to make a crooner starter playlist for a Gen Z audience,
ooh,
what
wow.
5 songs would you put on it?
5 songs.
Yep.
5 songs for a Gen Z that's never really.
Never gotten into the
Um,
croons.
Yeah.
Limiting it to 5 is pretty tough.
Okay, you can do as many as you want.
But I think what you could do is you would just go to iTunes and say, play me the very best of Frank Sinatra.
Mhm.
And you would get songs like, you know, Fly Me to the Moon. You would get My Way. You would get his songs about New York, and you'd get Chicago. You'd get all, really kind of these what became classic songs, and you know, he recorded hundreds of albums and recorded the same songs multiple times. But I don't know if I could even name a top 10 of the songs, but
Yeah.
there are so many to pick from.
Mhm.
But yeah, you know, pick the very best of, and you'll get the top list. And honestly, you'll get a really varied genre. His one, it was a very good year.
Such a good song.
Yeah, I mean, such a good song. Very different from the Married with Children theme song, you know.
That's right. I forgot he sang that.
Yeah, but wonderful. You know,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really great songs either way. So that's how I would suggest, if you want to explore that that music, stick with Frank Sinatra, and pick, you know, his top 5 hits or
Yeah.
top 10 hits, and you likely will recognize each of them.
Yep.
Because you've heard them at some point. But and then you can start expanding out into some of these other artists that I never really got into a lot of the crooners that would cover other crooners songs. You
Yeah.
got to kind of go back to the original source of that song.
Yeah.
Like
I would think
I've
so.
heard Frank Sinatra sing Moon River.
Not as good.
No, not even close to what Andy Williams did. And it's the same way with even Fly Me to the Moon or some of Frank Sinatra's other ones, which you want to hear him sing. You
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
Perry Como doesn't do the same. Tony Bennett doesn't do it the same.
Mhm. I think one thing that's interesting is Frank Sinatra does it the best for sure. But the song My Way, I think almost anyone can sing that song, and it is like, it moves you to tears. Like, it's
Yeah.
one of those songs that is so well written and just such a powerful song that obviously Frank does it the best. But anyone who sings that song, who does it well, like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
That's definitely my favorite crooner song of all time,
Mhm.
because it's just one of those songs that you think when you come to the end, you just want to say, I did it my way, and it was good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I love that song. It does bring me to tears.
Yeah.
You know that.
But Frank Sinatra does
He
it
does
better
it the
than
best.
Yeah,
us.
he does
For
it. He does
sure.
do it the best. But the other thing too is Frank Sinatra covered lots of songs. He was the cover for lots of songs. But like for his cover of "Send in the Clowns,"
Oh, I love that.
I didn't realize that was a cover.
yeah, he didn't record it
I'm
originally.
trying to think who sang it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't do it originally, but he does such a great job with it.
Mhm.
It's just
Oh,
it's just
I
really
love
so
it. That's
yeah.
another one that just kind of brings you a little tear to your
Yeah.
eye.
yeah.
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite memories is when we did an RV trip across the US,
We did.
and one of our stops was New York. And the first day we woke up in New York, we woke up to you playing Theme from New York by
New
Frank
York, New
Sinatra.
York.
Yeah.
And it got us in the New York mood,
Oh,
for
it did.
sure.
It got us in the mood.
Like, there's just something special about that song. I
Well,
think.
even
Yeah.
at Chicago, when we went
Yeah.
to Chicago,
Yeah.
we got to hear Chicago.
Mhm.
It's just like he's made these themes.
Yeah.
They're almost anthems to these
cities.
country, like these cities,
Yeah.
countries, cities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did a lot of those types of songs, but the Chicago and New York are the two I think the biggest
Yeah.
ones had the
Yeah.
biggest impact.
And I was in New York in May, and that song was everywhere. Like, it's,
Yeah.
I love how still relevant, like, all of his music
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. You know, it is still relevant.
Mhm.
Like they would fit anywhere.
Yeah.
Almost.
Like, it's timeless music.
It is
for sure.
timeless, for sure.
Yeah, the other thing about and this is just kind of crooner music in general, but the other thing I really think's important about that style is these guys. When you hear a recording, you're hearing them sing,
Yeah.
and you're hearing the orchestra or the symphony behind
Mhm.
them, or the jazz piano, and there's no auto tuning. There's no, I mean, not even, just such minimal. It's all coming just from their voice,
Yes.
and it's so clear
Pure
and
talent.
so, yeah. I mean, it is. It's just pure talent, and that's one of the things that's real remarkable, including the instrumentation that goes on, the
Uh-huh.
instrumental music that's played. You know, like "Fly Me to the Moon." He starts off with, there's just a little piano, and then he starts off singing right off into the music, and then the symphony builds, and then it stops, or not symphony, but it stops, and you get those trumpets and the
Mhm.
and the trombones and everything, and goes through that interlude with that musical interlude, and then he comes back in with, I mean, it's just really, really well done, and it's all
Yeah.
just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
And I
just
think
perfect.
that's such a lost art now, because you can do everything on a computer. Like, you can record a guitar from a keyboard or
Yeah.
anything like you can do anything. Like, having a live band in a recording studio is such a lost art, and you really miss it.
Yeah.
We do miss
Especially when you go back and listen to this music
Uh-huh.
that does have the live band, and how just incredible and powerful it is. It makes you sad because you miss it.
Yeah, and I think
It is sad. I think there's something lost there.
Absolutely.
well, music nowadays, with both the internet and with electronic capabilities, anybody can produce music now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and there's a lot of good music produced in people's basements. I mean, there's a lot of artists that get started that way, but the computer does change things, and
Mhm.
that digital processing and everything does change somewhat of the feel for it. I mean, why do you think they brought vinyls back?
Mhm.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
the nostalgia and kind of the
The scratch.
yeah,
the
just the
sound.
different sound that you get out of a physical needle moving up and
Mhm.
down versus just some ones and zeros
Yes.
getting played through.
Yep.
So
I think we lost some of the magic of music
yeah,
that way, because
and just
it's just beautiful. Like, so I've on YouTube and stuff, you'll hear people that will take away the music and just have the sound of the
The
music,
voice,
the
yeah,
voice, and
yeah.
they're like people that weren't auto tuned, and it just is like pure.
yeah,
Like,
I've
it's
seen
just
Steve
Mhm.
Perry.
like Steve Perry.
Steve Perry's done that.
But
Yeah,
you could do that to Frank Sinatra, any of these crooners, any of these older, and it just was magic. It was like, wow.
yeah.
And I don't know if you can do that so much with newer people.
There is some talent, I think,
There
out
is
there that's
some.
like that, but like Whitney Houston and Karen Carpenter, but most of the artists today, especially the flash in the pan types, the ones that
Mhm.
may be popular for 6 years or 10 years or whatever, they don't sound the same in their concerts.
Yeah,
they just
don't.
don't,
Mhm.
because they have to have all of that production behind them to make it sound.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I went to the Hosier concert a month or so ago, and it was notable how incredible live he was, because most people nowadays aren't as good live as
Yeah.
they are on
Yeah.
their recording.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think he was better live. He was so good. But it was notable that
Yeah.
he was
So good.
so good.
Yeah. I was the same with those one guys we went
The
that-
Luminaires.
Luminaires.
Mhm.
They were really good too.
Mhm.
But they've also been around forever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they're not new.
Yeah, they're not like they're sticking through the test of time.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of these people, I don't think will.
Yeah.
But Frank's not. I mean, 100 years almost.
That is
Yeah.
insane to think about
I'm
it that
really
way.
surprised.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think any kind of music other than classical music has lasted. that
Well, you
long.
didn't have. I mean, you couldn't record music.
Yeah.
That's
100
true.
years ago, you couldn't record it. So music was,
It was new.
you had to go to live performances, and they were in big auditoriums, no amplification. So it couldn't sustain that type of
Yeah.
music. And now we have all these different styles and
Yeah.
types
Yeah. That's
that
cool.
we can do.
Yeah. But I think 100 years from now, people are still going to be talking about that music. Where there's
Yeah.
a lot of music nowadays they're not going to be talking
Yeah.
Oh,
about.
for sure.
Well, and you think about classical music. I mean, people are still listening to Chopin and Beethoven and all these people that that were here hundreds of years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And their music is still relevant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Had
So,
the written notes down.
Yeah.
So.
you know, let me just say this too, and it's interesting to me, especially if you look over music the last maybe 20 or 30 years, how many songs have been written. I mean, we're talking billions, I would expect, of songs that have been written and composed and played, and they can all be different.
So
Mhm.
You know,
different, yeah.
it's so cool how a song, they're using the exact same piano, the exact same drums, the exact same guitar, but it's just a totally different song you've never heard before, and it's the
Mhm.
coolest thing, and it's just really, that's one of
It's
the things
fun.
about music that's really neat, is
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
always something
Something.
can be created new regardless of what's been done before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
I
Dua
agree.
Lipa, she now likes to,
She interpolates a lot.
yeah, she
Which-
samples everybody.
Which is her thing, though. She
Yeah,
interpolates.
she doesn't try to hide it
No.
like Vanilla Ice did.
Yeah,
So.
that
Like
is
Vanilla Ice.
that is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. What do you think of the today neo-crooners?
What are you defining as
Like a Michael Bublé, Harry Connick Jr.
You know, I had a hard time with Michael Bublé first because I was always comparing him to Frank Sinatra or Tony Bennett or others, and he wanted to be a crooner so bad. And I remember it was on an American Idol episode when Tony Bennett was supposed to be the guest to come and sing,
Mhm.
and he got sick, so they brought Michael Bublé in instead. And I thought, oh man, you know, how hard would that be to be Michael Bublé, and you're supposed to be,
Tony
you know,
Bennett.
everyone's expecting Tony Bennett, and here you are. And he wasn't that well known back then. I mean, this was
Yeah.
kind of him just coming out. And he did a really good job. And so I've kind of, he also did a song, I can't remember. He's done a couple of more recent songs that are his own that are good songs. So I appreciate him for more of that type. I appreciate him for his voice. He's got a wonderful voice, but I don't particularly enjoy the covers of the classics.
Yeah.
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 So
I think that's fair.
Harry Connick Jr. is similar in that with what'd you call him, a neo crooner?
Yeah.
So a new
Yeah.
crooner.
He was kind of a piano crooner.
Harry Connick, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he would play his piano and do it, which was kind of different, I
Yeah.
thought. But
But
still good.
yeah, I mean they're talented, and I enjoy them. I would expect if I had a chance to go to a Michael Bublé concert, I'd probably go and listen, and he'd be entertaining. But it's just hard when you have access to such good music
Yeah,
of the originals.
totally.
It's tough to accept the newcomers doing covers.
yeah,
And
for
but
sure.
I also don't think you're ever going to see crooners come back in any form.
No,
No.
because I also think it was such a moment of pop culture too, like the movies they were in,
Yeah.
just generally what was going on in the world. Like it was just the perfect time for
Yeah.
that music.
Yeah, for that style of
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
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 So I don't think you'll have people cover
Mhm.
the songs, but I don't think you're going to have another "Fly Me to the Moon" type music come out and
Yeah.
have it be as popular as it was and as accepted and
Yeah.
everybody.
I
So,
don't think you'll have another Frank Sinatra for sure.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that
So
won't happen. But
yeah.
Well, that was all the questions we had for you.
Oh, great.
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
This has been kind of fun
this has been
to
so
learn
much
more about.
fun.
You know,
crooners.
I got a question. Why can't we play music within the podcast? Is it because of a digital
Copyrights.
rights thing?
Yep.
But I wonder if you can do snippets, because I know in some of the other ones you've done snippets
We
of
can do
songs.
snippets.
Because I thought about maybe having some snippets of some of the classics, but that would be interesting. You know, the other thing too. I mean, I thought it was really interesting when you did the country episode, where we're starting to convince you that it's at least
We're
an okay
converting.
genre.
We're converting to country.
Well, apparently Andy Williams is not country, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to start over.
But it would be interesting too, and maybe with some samples. But there's some other genres of music that you've been exposed to that would be really interesting to talk about. And I'm thinking of jazz music,
I like jazz music.
and not so much the really heavy duty jazz where you just got the bass player, the
guitarist,
guitarist, and the piano guy, and they each jam for 10 minutes, then go to the next person. He's doing a drum. Not that kind of jazz, but there's good jazz. But the other thing would be interesting to talk about is elevator music.
Oh, elevator music. Would be
Elevator music is really fun, and it is an interesting genre as you talk about it, because there's a lot of great songs that you're familiar with that you've heard. That and I say elevator music in the sense of trying to get this reaction
Yeah.
out of you.
Yeah.
But that's a great genre of music. You know, Henry Mancini, Lex de Azevedo,
Oh, yeah.
the Ray Conniff singers. I mean, all of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That's real classic
Yeah.
stuff. That would be interesting to do.
We'll have to have you back for an elevator music.
Will
For
you,
elevator
come, will you
music.
come back for jazz?
Yeah, I'll
'Cause
come
you
back
know
for
our
jazz.
You
Yeah.
know your
Yeah,
jazz.
I mean, I know jazz. Not classic jazz, and also not smooth jazz. I'm not much of a Kenny G type fan.
Yeah,
But
like big band jazz.
Big band.
yeah,
Right.
it's
Well, no, like,
it's really more nightclub jazz
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
song. But yeah, and elevator music would be
Elevator
would
music
be
would be
interesting.
fun.
It'd be fun.
The other one is, and you guys talked a little bit about this when we came back from one of our concerts, but is yacht rock. I mean, yacht
Oh, yeah.
rock is, you know, that is a cool, and I don't know if it's really a genre. I think it probably is, but have you watched the episode yet on Netflix, the yacht rock?
No.
You've got to watch that.
You've got to
You
watch
would
it. It's kind of
actually
interesting.
find it
Mhm.
interesting from a historical perspective. But
Yes.
Who would you say are yacht rockers?
Christopher Cross.
yeah, everybody
Okay,
says
Christopher Cross.
everybody says Christopher Cross, but
Michael McDonald.
yeah, Michael McDonald music.
He's one of the Doobie Brothers.
Oh, you've heard all.
Oh,
You've
you've
heard all of the
You've
yacht rock
heard.
songs. You've heard, but
I'm sure I have.
you need to listen to them in
Kenny
that.
Loggins
Yep, Kenny Loggins.
before he did the movie songs.
When they were what, Loggins and
Messina.
Messina, yeah.
Yeah.
But and technically some of the crooner music falls into the yacht rock. But
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of artists that you would have. So anyway, that's another
Toto.
Yeah.
Toto, yeah, for sure. Ambrosia,
I like Africa.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you
Yeah.
can join us in all these.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd be happy to. You know, it's
'Cause
fun.
we love
It's fun.
having
It's fun
you
to be.
here.
Yeah, it's
you
fun
know
to be
so
here.
much.
Well,
You do.
It's I've had 59 years of listening to music.
I
So I
know.
don't know.
I feel like I'm limited. Like I'm really into the 70s
Well, yeah.
and 80s and country a little bit.
Well, and that's why I thought it was kind of interesting is when you did country, is because the 70s and 80s stuff is great. I love that music, but there's so much more. And
I know.
There's so
there's
much music.
and it's so much. You can get different. You can get different feelings out of the different music, and all the feelings can be good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll have you join us again
Yeah.
soon.
good.
Yes.
Because
So
this has been
everyone-
so much fun.
Leave all your love for Timo so he'll come
Yeah.
back.
So he'll come back and
Yes.
teach us all about the elevator music and jazz music
Mhm.
and all of that
Yeah.
yacht music.
Yacht rock.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right.
Well, it's been fun.
It's been
It's been a lot
fun.
of fun. Thanks for coming.
You
Thank
bet.
you for coming. All right, everyone, go follow us on your preferred streaming platform and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on social media. It's just from vinyl to streaming everywhere. And thank you so much to Dad for coming on
You
for
bet.
this episode. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.